If you're moving to KC with kids, almost every realtor on YouTube points you to the Kansas side, Overland Park, Leawood. And I'm going to tell you the truth, they won't. Right now, the best value for a family is on the Missouri side, up in the Northland. By the end of this, you'll know the exact 5 suburbs, what a house actually costs in each one, which school district wins, and the one I'd put my own family in. And number 1, it honestly surprised even me. So let's drive. Hi, I'm Willow Shriver, a realtor with Keller Williams, Kansas City North. I sell the Northland for a living. So this is my actual top 5, not a list I copied off Zillow. I ranked these on the 3 things families ask me about every single week: what a house really costs, how good the schools are, and how long the drive is. And stick around for number 1. It's the priciest on the whole list, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I still think it's worth it. Here's what nobody tells you. That same family home costs about $100,000 less on the Missouri side, sometimes more. A house that runs $480,000 in Overland Park or Olathe, you're buying the equivalent up here in the Northland, closer to $360,000, $380,000. Now I'm going to be straight with you because that's the whole point of this channel. On taxes, it's pretty much a wash. Missouri's income tax is a little lower, 4.7% versus 5.58%. But Missouri's property tax rate actually runs a bit higher than Johnson County's, mostly because of school levies. So I'm not going to sell you a big tax savings story. The real win is the price. You're buying $100,000 cheaper, and that's the number that actually moves your monthly payment. And yes, the Kansas schools do rank higher nationally. Blue Valley is number 1 in the state. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, but you're paying $100,000 plus premium for that gap. And the real question is whether that's worth it for your family. So let's count it down. Number 5, Gladstone. If you want into Clay County for the lowest price and the shortest drive downtown on this whole list, this right here is your front door. The median price right now is about $275,000 to $285,000. The cheapest on the list, hands down. You'll find entry-level ranches down in the low 200s and nicely updated homes pushing right up toward 300. The schools are North Kansas City District. Most of Gladstone is zoned there, and they test above the Missouri state average across the board with a 96% graduation rate. Chapel Hill Elementary is the genuine A-rated standout, ranked number 2 in all of Clay County, and Meadowbrook's right behind it as a top 10 elementary in the whole metro. But the commute is the real kicker, 12 to 15 minutes to downtown KC. That is the shortest of all 5 suburbs. Picture a summer Friday at Linden Square, live music out on the lawn, the kids over at the splash pad at Happy Rock Park, a coffee from Overflow just down the block. And Happy Rock is no little neighborhood park. It's almost 80 acres, with ball fields, soccer, tennis, a fitness trail, and disc golf. There's even a 38-acre old-growth forest preserve, Maple Woods, right inside the city limits, and the historic Atkins Johnson Farm with an 1831 log cabin. On price, entry ranches start in the low 220s, and about $265,000 gets you a solid 3-bed in the North Kansas City zone. So who's this for? Gladstone is perfect for first-time buyer families who want in to good schools without the Liberty or Parkville price tag. Who's it not for? If you're set on new construction or a big lot, look further north. Most homes here are older 50s to 70s ranches you'll want to update over time. Number 4, Smithville. This one's my dark horse pick because almost nobody outside the Northland thinks of it first, and they are missing a 7,000-acre lake. The median's around $399,000, still under Liberty and Parkville, and you've got real range here, from low 300s starters up past 500 for something near the water. Smithville High is a 9 out of 10 on great schools, ranked 33rd in the whole state of Missouri, with a graduation rate up around 97%, and the elementary and middle schools grade out strong too. The district sits in the top 10% statewide. Downtown KC is about 24 to 27 minutes, but here's the bonus nobody mentions. KCI Airport is just 18 minutes away. That's closer than from almost any suburb in the metro. Picture wrapping up a Saturday out on the boat at Camp Branch Marina, and there's a second full marina, Sailboat Cove, with 70 slips just for sailboats. Then dinner at Kozak's Laketown Grill right off 169. Your kids grow up as lake kids. 60 plus miles of trails, swim beaches, 3 shoreline parks, 20 minutes from downtown. On price, inventory runs from about $331,000 for a 3-bed up into the mid 500s for a bigger lakeside home. It's built for outdoor first families, boaters, anglers, trail families, who want strong schools and a real small town square with a Wednesday makers market. The honest catch, 169 is the only road in and out, so one accident snarls your whole commute, and the local retail's thin. Anything past the basics is a 20-minute drive to Liberty or Zona Rosa. But with that lake in your backyard at that price, that's the dark horse of the Northland. Number 3, Kearney. This is where you go for brand new construction and a top 5% high school, without the Parkville price tag. You're looking at roughly $390,000 to $410,000 for closed sales, 50 to 100 grand under Parkville, and a ton of it is brand new construction, with more than 90 active communities and over 20 builders working up here. Kearney High is a 9 out of 10, top 5% in the entire state of Missouri, with a 97% graduation rate, and the whole district tests well above the state average in math and reading. The honest trade is the drive. It's the farthest north of the 5. So figure about 24 minutes off peak, but a real 35 to 40 in actual rush hour. I'm not going to hide that from you. It's a Thursday evening. The market at the park is going at Lions Memorial. Food trucks, the splash pad open till 8, and a brand new house with a yard your kids can actually run in. And the outdoor life out here is underrated. Watkins Woolen Mill State Park is right next door, with a 100-acre lake, a swim beach, and a 3.5-mile trail around the water, plus the fishing river trail running right through town. On price, new builds start around $325,000 for a 3-bed, up to the mid 400s for a 2,800 square foot 4-bed. So who's it for? Families who want a newer home in a top 10% district and don't mind a longer highway commute. And if you fly a lot, KCI beats downtown. Who's it not for? If you need restaurants, nightlife, or healthcare close by, it's thin this far north. You'll drive down to Liberty for most of it. Number 2, Liberty. If I had to send one family to one single Northland suburb, sight unseen, this is my safe, deep bench answer, because it's got the highest ranked school district on this entire list. Median family homes here run about $370,000 to $420,000, with newer builds reaching into the mid-4s. And the schools are the headline. Liberty Public Schools is a niche A district, ranked number 18 in all of Missouri, the highest district on this whole list, with reading and math scores above the state average. Liberty High grades out an A-, and Discovery Middle is number 3 in all of Clay County. The commute downtown is about 20 minutes on I-35, and KCI is 18. This is the Northland purchasing power story everybody's sleeping on. Picture a first Thursday evening on Liberty Square. Hammer hand coffee, dinner at Huey's, the kids running the lawn by the old courthouse, the Jesse James Bank Museum lit up right across the street. This is a real college town too. William Jewell College and its 1853 limestone hall anchor the whole place, and there's a farmer's market on the square every Saturday all summer. On price, about $360,000 gets you a 4-bed near the schools, with a pool and a fenced yard, and right around $380,000 buys you newer. So who's it for? Liberty is the all-arounder. Dual income families who want top-tier schools, the deepest home selection on this list, and a downtown you can actually walk. The one honest knock. Outside the square, it's car-dependent, and Highway 291 has gotten busier and rougher as the town's grown. And number 1, the one that surprised even me, Parkville. It's the most expensive suburb on this entire list, and I'm telling you, it's the one I'd put my own family in. Let me show you exactly why a pricier pick still wins. Here's the trade. The median's right around $600,000. Yes, it's the priciest on the list, and part of that is luxury pockets like Wrist Lake pulling the number up, so you'll see everything from the mid-4s to multi-million up here. But Park Hill High is a 9 out of 10, with 5 College Success Awards, AP courses, and a full Project Lead the Way engineering and biomedical track. And Park Hill is the number 1 district in Platte County. And the commute is the quiet bonus, about 17 minutes to downtown KC and 19 to KC Op. For the priciest pick, it's also one of the closest in. And that school gap to the Kansas side, it's real, but it's narrower than you'd think. Liberty's district is number 18 in Missouri. Park Hill High is a 9 out of 10. And you're paying $100,000 more per house for the difference. Picture a Saturday morning at the Parkville Farmers Market in English Landing Park. A coffee from Parkville Coffee, then the kids on the trails through the 115-acre nature sanctuary, all one block from a historic main street up on the river bluff, with the old 1898 Wattle Bridge just down the way. It is the most filmable little downtown in the Northland. On price, the median's up around $600, but you can still find a 4-bed, 3,000 square foot home in Park Hill. School's right around $515,000 if you're okay with a place that's a few years old instead of brand new. This is for families who want genuine small-town riverfront with top schools and a short commute, and who can stretch to the price. And here's the straight shooter caveat. That riverfront comes with a floodplain. English Landing Park has flooded before, back in '93 and again in 2019, but the park's designed for it, and the downtown and the neighborhoods up the bluff stayed dry. Still, pull the FEMA flood zone map before you buy anywhere near the river. A straight shooting realtor tells you the catch. Now, before I give you my final take, a few that just missed the list because somebody's going to ask. Riverside is tiny, but it's the closest in value play right across the river from downtown. Platte City and Plattsburgh get you more house and more land for the money if you don't mind driving a little farther out. And Excelsior Springs is a genuine hidden gem, a historic downtown and some of the cheapest homes up here, but it is a real haul to downtown KC. None of them cracked my top 5 for a family, but depending on your life, any one of them could be right for you. So how do you actually pick? 3 quick questions. 1, what's your real budget? Not the pre-approval number, the monthly payment you're genuinely comfortable with. That alone splits this list. Under $350 and you're looking at Gladstone, or a starter in Smithville or Kearney. If you can stretch toward $600, Parkville opens up. 2, where do you actually work? If your job is north of the river, or you're in and out of KCI a lot, every suburb on this list is a short, easy drive. But if you're commuting down to South Johnson County every day, I'll be honest with you, the Northland is a longer haul. And 3, what do your weekends look like? Lake family, that's Smithville. Walkable downtown family, Liberty or Parkville, brand new everything family. Kearney, answer those 3 honestly, and the right suburb almost picks itself. So there's my 5. If your budget's tight and you just want in, that's Gladstone. If you want the lake, Smithville. New construction and value, Kearney. The safe all-arounder with the best district, Liberty. And if you can stretch for the riverfront and Park Hill schools with a quick commute downtown, that's Parkville, and that's where I'd put my own family. Now, are the Kansas side schools ranked higher? Yes, they are. Is it worth $100,000 more per house to you? That's the real question. And honestly, that's the exact conversation I have with families every single week. If you're moving to the Northland with your family, that is literally my job. So drop your must-haves in the comments or reach me right at willowshriver.com. This is kicking off a whole Northland Suburbs series, so go ahead and subscribe and I'll tour every single one of these. Liberty is up first. I'm Willow Shriver. Let's go find your family's place in KC.